Greetings, friends and family. Today I'm reading for you a poem that I'd since forgotten I have in my portfolio. It goes back maybe over a decade ago, and I'll tell you why I'm reading this one today. What made me think about it when I'm done here? It's called Ini Fare. Ini Fare. It's going down like the thunderous roar of life pouring relentless over the Victoria Falls, the celestial pond where angels gather to bathe and dance gleefully in the glorious mist. Down, like the people of Tunisia setting themselves ablaze in the marketplace, most brazen, defiant, spitting Carthaginian fire into tyranny's smug face. Down like the dirty wine, innocuous gyrations to the unwitting eye, but to the black soul an unmistakable Caribbean salute to the West African roots, telling brothers removed that I need one dance to rekindle the bridge of kinship diabolically submerged under transatlantic waters. I'm all the way up, like the apex of the pyramids of Giza, upon whose majestic beauty the entire world has been blessed to gaze, testament to eternal love, where Khufu would have laid in immortal splendor a few feet removed from his queen and for millennia has stood to laugh in the face of anti-African intellect that says nothing good ever came from this continent. Up, like the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, where the ancestors hold congress with the gods, where they discuss Ujamaa and feast on ugali, and their smiles shine down across the Serengeti like stars in the autumn sky. So lit, like the summer night sky over Timbuktu, where for hundreds of years before the advent of sophisticated Western science, the doggone were articulating intrinsic miracles of the heavens, invisible to the naked eye, building serious astronomical knowledge systems beyond the contemporary comprehension. Like the streets of Johannesburg on a Saturday evening, where Tata's children come out to play with their long-traveled northern brothers and sisters, engaging in telepathic metropolitan discourse with the Kigali, Nairobi, Lagos, Gaborone, Casablanca, and other estranged cousins. Like it's the 62nd minute at the 2014 World Cup and Japan is leading Cote d'Ivoire by 1-0, and then the cheers of a few dozen traveling Ivorian supporters. No, thousands of stadium spectators. No, millions of fans worldwide erupt into Richter scale detected euphoria as the more senior elephant Didier Drogba begins to pace along the touchline to come in for the last tournament he will ever play for the land he once prevented from descending into civil war. They go on to win the game. Can't stop, won't stop. Like Papa Wemba's dancers determined to keep the celebration of life going while, unbeknownst to them, the original Sapeur himself has fallen to his demise mid-concert. Oh, what fitting respite to die in the throes of what you lived for. Like Ethiopians, 5, 10, 15 miles into the Olympics, sweat dripping and resilience won't stop. Like Ethiopians, resolutely refusing to bow down to erstwhile Italians, regal, even as the rest of the continent around them is divided, plundered, and fed to the colonial dogs. Won't stop. Like an incessant ear-scratching, yes, endearing voice of the Vuvuzelas, the most amplified announcement of Africa's arrival on the world scene, the seismic serenity of sentimental siren beckoning us home. And you can bank on it that the continent condemned to darkness is marching from the margins. You see Trevor, Lupita, Chimamanda defining global narratives like Giannis, Mo Salah defying your adjectives. From the labs to the track meets, White House to the Grammys, Africa's come alive. We only envy what we can be. And we know better than most that it will not always be good. One day, your inflation is coming through at literally 500 billion%. On another, a president wins an election by 95% of the votes. Or perhaps it's Asamoah Gyan burdened with the unenviable task of taking the penalty that would take Ghana, no, Africa, into the World Cup semi-finals for the first time in history. 117 minutes, and he smashes it against the bar, dashing 1 billion collective hopes like a railroad hammer to glass. Still, we rise. When centuries of colonial history remind us that we are not able, we rise. When the global power structures act like we do not deserve a seat on the table, we rise. When those who claim to liberate us have forgotten what they fought for, we rise. When they look down upon us with disdain from their top floors, we rise. When we're moving and shaking but it feels like God has forsaken us, we rise. When we've been holding on for so long and the devil's on the verge of breaking us, we rise. When little black boys and girls have learned early to see the devil in their own faces, we rise. When the media sees no intrinsic value in us except as charity cases, we rise. Like the mist over the summit of Kilimanjaro, the apex of Giza, the thunderous roar of Victoria Falls, and the hopes of a resilient, beautiful billion people. We rise. Africa, stand up. One.